Hi friends, welcome to Tech Harvesting. In today's video, we are going to have a look at a few terminal commands that we can use to manage files in our computer. So these are very basic commands that you can use, and you can create files, remove files, create folders, view files, edit them, and do more other things. So these are going to be working only on Linux or Mac OS or any Unix based distribution, but in case your computer does not run any of these, for example if it runs Windows, you can use the Windows subsystem for Linux to run these commands and try them out. So without further ado, let's get started. So to get started, we'll first have to open up our terminal. So you can hit command space and search for terminal and open it up. So this is the terminal application that's pre-installed with macOS, and if you're using Linux, you can go ahead and open your own terminal application that will be coming pre-installed with your distribution. So for this video, I'm not going to be using the default terminal app. I'm going to be using iTerm, which is another application you can download from the internet, or you can use Homebrew to download it, and this is just a better version of the default terminal application. So it's up to you. If you don't have iTerm, or if you're not using a Mac, you can just go ahead and use your default terminal. So I'm going to quit the terminal app and use iTerm. So this is the default directory that it opens it up, and it's our home directory. Now the home directory is what you always get when you open up Finder 2, so it's the directory with your name. And the first command we'll have a look at is the pwd command. So the pwd command helps us to get the current directory that we are on, means the current folder that is opened in our terminal. So if I hit enter, you can see we are in /users/nasil. So that's this folder right here. I've also opened it up in my Finder, so just to show you along while we're doing the things in the terminal, how it reflects in the Finder. So right here, if you do pwd, you get the current directory. Now if you're wondering what pwd means, it means present working directory. So that's why it gives the directory that we are on. The next command that we're going to have a look at is the cd command. Cd stands for change directory, and it's for changing our current directory to another folder. So for example, right now, if I want to go into this Vader folder that I've created from Finder, then I can go here and type in cd VADER. If I hit enter now, you can see that my directory has changed here, and if I do pwd, you can see it shows /users/nasil/vader. So that's how cd works. It's very simple. You can just change into a different folder. Next, let's look at how we can create a file. Right now we can see that this directory is empty, and to create a file we use the touch command. We give touch and the name of a file. For example, we can give my text file.txt. If I hit enter now, you can see we go here in our Finder and we have an empty file here. If I open it up, there's nothing, but that's how it is. So our file is created, and next let's have a look at how we can list all these files in the directory right from the terminal. Right now I open my Explorer to find the file here. Now let's use the ls command, which is list, and then with this command we can find all the files in this directory. Now right now your ls may not look like this. It may look simple with just the name of the files. That's because I'm using an extension called ColorLS, which you can download, and if you are not using ColorLS, it may not come like this, but overall what it does is it shows down all the files in the current directory. And without using the exact extension, the ls command will look something like this on my home directory, and on the Vader directory it will look something like this, just the name of the file. So that's what the ls command does, but right now just with the command you're getting only the name of the file. For example, we want to get more details, so we can do ls-l and it will list some details, like this is the permission, like read, write, read according to the users. Here's the user who created it, the type, and when they created it, and the name of the file. So that's how we can get more information on the file using the ls command. And for example, if I was going to create a file with the name hidden file.txt, so if any file starts with a dot in Linux or Mac, the file is hidden. So if I do ls now, it won't be listed. But if you want to see all the hidden files also, you can do ls-a, and then you see all the files. So this will come by default. So this is the current directory, and the previous directory, and then you can do this, which is the hidden file, and the file which is already there. Next, let me clear the terminal with the clear command, and then we'll have a look at how we can create a folder. So right now we have a file in here, actually two files, one is hidden. To create a folder, we use the mkdir command, which is make directory, and then we give a name for a folder. So that should do fine, and if we hit enter, you can do ls now, and you can see there's a folder called my new folder. Now we can also cd into this my new folder, and if you ls here, obviously we didn't create anything, so maybe we can create a file here. So touch my new file 2.txt, hit enter and ls, and we get the file that we created in this folder. Now to go back to our previous directory, which is the Vader directory, we do cd dot dot. So dot dot is for the previous directory or the previous folder which this folder is a part of. So we're going one step back to the Vader directory. So now if I do pwd, or we can see it right here because of the power line terminal, you can see we have this here. Next, we are going to have a look at how we can copy files. So right now our file here is my text file. So I want to copy this file and create an exact same copy in the my new folder. So we can use the cp command for copying, give the name of a file, so my text file. So I just typed a bit of it and hit the tab key to get the rest. It auto completed it for me, and then I can give the place where it should go. So my new folder slash, and give a name for the place for this file to be stored. So for example, my copied file.txt. If I hit enter now, you can see there's no output, but if we go to our folder and ls here, you can see there's a my copied file.txt. So now for example, I go back here, and if I do not want the file here also, just like cutting and pasting instead of copying and pasting, then I can use the mv command for moving. So let me just clear out my terminal and ls, so we have our my text file. So we can mv my text file, and then we can just go ahead and give the location. So my new folder slash my moved file.txt. Now if we ls here, you can see the file is no longer there, and if we cd to our folder and ls, you can see that my moved file is here. Now we have just been creating files and moving them, but we've not edited the files, so all our files are empty. So now let's have a look at how we can add text into our files. So first let me create a new file called my text file random number.txt, and now for example, if I want to edit this file, I can use a text editor. So normally we use an editor like VS Code or TextEdit or whatever comes pre-installed with your distribution, but in the terminal we have a few options. We can use Nano, which is a bundle with a lot of distributions. Also there's Vim. So I'll show you both. First let's do Nano, which is more easier to use when compared to Vim. So we can run Nano, give the name of a file, and hit enter. So now we can just enter text in here. So hello, this is a test file, and now to save it we do Control X, Y, and enter. So Control X is for quitting, we give Y if you want to save or not. So we give Y to save the text, and we give enter to save it to the file. So now if I do ls, our file is here, and if I open it up in Finder, you can see how this is a test file. It's saved. So there's also Vim which you can use. So for example, I can do Vim my text file 43.txt, hit enter, and you can see Vim is a little more harder to use when compared to Nano. So first you can move around with J, K, H, and L, or you can use the arrow keys for now. You hit I to enter, and then type text, then hit escape, :WQ. So W is write, which is save, and Q is quit. That will save our file, and when we go back to Finder and open it, it's going to be saved with the hello change in there. Now again, we are opening Finder to go and see the data of our file. So instead of that, we can use the cat command to directly see what's inside a file. So we can do cat my text file 43.txt, hit enter, and it shows the data. So we don't have to do anything else, just give the cat command and it shows what's the content of a file. So now go on ahead and added a file to our folder. I have copied it from a place, and it's a really long file. So if I were to open it up, you can see it's a very long file. So now if I were to run the cat on this cat command, so you can see it's very long and it just fills my terminal to a place we cannot even go far from where we can't see our old commands. So for that, we can use the less command to see the whole file in a better way. So we can do less and give the name long file.json, and you can see if we do J, we can scroll down, or you can use the up and down arrow keys and you can scroll down and see the entire file. And if you do Q, it quits and we still have our history here. So less is a better version of cat. Now there's the head command, which gives you the starting of a file, so the starting few lines, and also the tail command, which gives you the ending of the file, so this much, the last few parts of the file. Next, let's look at how we can delete a file, because now we have our long file, and if you want to delete it, we can use the rm command. Rm is for remove, and we just give the name of a file. If I hit enter and ls, now the file is gone. Note that this does not save it to your trash, so it's permanently deleted. Also, we have our rmdir command, which is remove directory, which can be used to remove a directory. But this only works on empty folders. So right now, our my new folder is not empty. So if I run it, you can see directory not empty. So if I were to make a new directory called delete me and rmdir delete me, it will remove the folder. So now if you don't want to remove, or if you want to remove an unempty folder which is filled with some files, then we can use rm command again and give -rf and give the name of our folder. So that is my new folder, and hit enter. If we ls now, that folder is also gone. So next, let's have a look at a very useful utility from the terminal, which is the zip command. So we often zip or compress files to send it to somebody, so we can directly do that from the terminal. So we give zip, the name of the zip file, myzip.zip, and then the name of the files. So we can give our my text file, hit enter, and if we do ls now, we have a zip file here. So also, if you want to unzip this file or decompress it, we can just run the unzip command, myzip.zip, and there's already our my text file here, that's why it's showing this. So if I hit Y, it'll just replace the current myzip file in our folder, and it's unzipped it. So if I do ls now, our my text file is there. So that was it for this video. We had a look at a few commands and use them out too. So these are very simple commands we can use every day, and we can do a lot of things. We can zip files, as we have checked in the last few commands. So thanks for watching, and if you did find the video very helpful, then do subscribe to my channel, give a like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.